Hi everybody for Algebra 1 Math. We're getting ready to do lesson 2.8 for equations and formulas. It'll be part 1. There's 3 parts to this lesson, so email me here for those. And then worksheets, online tutoring, and quizzes and tests and PowerPoints. 2.8, rewrite equations and formulas now, and we have a skill sheet here for 30 points for this part 1, and then we have a note-taking guide for 11 points, so email me for those. Our bell work. Teachers, give your students, give them 6-7 minutes for this bell work. Okay, welcome back from your 6 or 7 minutes, and we're going to get you a solution here to A. Here is your proportion here that you set up in your problem, and then you solve for x, get 213.75, and then our table here, because it's shell, we make a table now from the original situation, and we come up with this here for bursting feet. This is what you should have had or come close to. If you didn't get it, students, copy this down. Okay, so rewriting equations and formulas. You wrote functions, use formulas. You will rewrite equations and formulas. The equation 2x plus 5 equals 11 and 6x plus 3 equals 15 have the same general form. Ax plus b equals c. The equation ax plus b equals c is called a literal equation because the coefficients and constants have been replaced by letters. When you solve a literal equation, you can use the result to solve any equation that has the same form as the literal equation does. So, students, define literal equation in your own words. And then example 1 here, solve a literal equation. So ax plus b for c equals x, and use the solution to solve 2x plus 5 equals 11. So let's solve this first. For x, we do right original, and then we move over our b. That's our first step there. Subtract sides, and then we divide each side by a now to isolate our x. We divided our difference by a. So step 2, use solution to solve 2x plus 5. Now that we have that, then we just plug in what we learned from our literal equation. 11 minus 5 over 2. So substitute 2 for 5, 2 for A, 5 for B, and 11 for C, and then we get 3 for the answer. So that'd be a way to solve for an equation by using a literal. It's a formula, basically. That's what we do. So variables and denominators. So you must assume that A cannot equal 0 in order to divide by A. In general, if you have to divide by a variable when solving a literal equation, you should assume its variable does not equal 0. So in this situation here, solve the literal equation for x and use the solution to solve the specific equation. So we have our situation up here. We have a minus bx equals c, and we're going to solve that for x and then use that as a model or formula to solve this. Students do the same thing down here, solve for x and then use that as a formula to solve your equation down there. Okay, for up here we're going to solve for x. We first move over our a over to the right side by subtracting a from both sides. Then we're going to divide through by negative b, and x equals c minus b over negative b. So then we're going to plug in. Yeah, that's how we got it. Okay, there's our formula. So now we're going to plug in from here, and we get this. 12 minus a negative 3 over 5 from our plug-in here. 12 is a. And then our c here would be negative 3. And then our b would be 5 here. Yeah, that's how we got that, just like that. Okay. so then we go into solve here. 12 minus the negative 3 would be 15 over 5, which equals 3. Okay, so two or more variables, equation two or more variables such as 3x plus 2y equals 8, or formula in two or more variables such as a equals 1/2 bh can be written so that one variable is a function of the other variables. Okay, example 2 here, rewriting the equation. Write 3x plus 2y equals 8 so that y is a function of x. So here's our original. What do we do here? So we're going to move our 3x over to the other side so that we have 2y equals 8 minus 3x. Subtract 3x both sides. Then we divide through by 2 and we have y equals 4 minus 3 over 2x. Now, for our guide practice, write 5x plus 4y equals 20 so that y is a function of x. And then students, this is yours here, your independent practice, write the equation so that y is a function of x for that one. Okay, so for y, first of all, we move our 5x over here. So we subtract 5x from both sides. 4y equals this. And then we divide through by 4, and we end up with this expression. So y equals 5 minus 5 over 4x. We further simplify there. And that is algebra 1. 2.8. Yes, 2.8. Part 1. If you need part 2, part 3, email me here. Thank you very much.